Doug Friednash, thank you again for joining us. Doug is a longtime political observer in Colorado. It seems to me that the so-called establishment candidates, Heidi Ganahl, O'Dea, and Pam Anderson, appear to be leading and maybe poised to win their respective Republican primary races. What does this all mean?
Well, I think there are a couple key questions coming into the night. Can the Republican Party put themselves in a position to win in November? And I think that was a big question, because I think based on what we had seen in the caucuses and the assemblies was a move to the right, a move to more conservative candidates that I felt could not win in November, would really be more interested in burning down the House than legislating. And that was the first question. Could they take advantage of the political climate? And the second question to me was, how effective would the Democratic tactics be to nominate these extremist candidates? I looked at, Lopez in the governor's race, Hanks in the U.S. Senate race, Peters in the Secretary of State's race, and even Lori Sain in the 8th Congressional District, by way of example only. And I think those were really the four key races I was looking at and wondering, what impact would the significant expenditures that Democrats put in those races have on those ultimate races. And the final analysis, I think it was an excellent night for the Colorado Republican Party. I think they nominated generally their best candidates, specifically in those races, and have put themselves in a position where if there's a red wave coming, they can take advantage of it in Colorado.
You're referring to the spending by Democrats to effectively, according to longtime observers like former Governor Bill Owens, really boost what he had described as second-tier candidates, candidates who would be less attractive to a general election candidate, correct?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, the Democrats strategically decided that if they could see any of these candidates win, the more extreme, more conservative candidates, they felt they were out of touch with Colorado voters, November voters, and felt they would be in a strong position and could move resources in different places because those races would not be competitive. And I think they found themselves in very competitive races for November.
Doug, thank you again for your time. Is there anything else you want to add, sir?
No, I think that's good. I mean, I think it'll be interesting. I think there are some key issues in November. I'd say the economy and affordability, public safety, and I think Biden will be on the ballot, and I think the future of American democracy will be on the ballot, and all these things are going to play out in some very competitive and expensive races in November.
And of course, the Republicans are hoping that this becomes a referendum on the Biden administration. That's one, and obviously that maybe abortion as an issue doesn't get the Democratic base out as much as they had hoped, or maybe that it would maybe energize both sides.
Yeah, I think Democrats are hoping that issue of choice, which they have a better, I think, read with the Colorado voters on, would help energize voters. I think you look at a U.S. Senate race now where that becomes a non-factor. I think the Republicans are going to have an extremely difficult time beating Jared Polis. I think that's a solid Democratic seat, but the Secretary of State race, the 8th Congressional District race, and the U.S. Senate race are all in play. And I think, we're going to see a lot of money come in, national money, in these races on both sides.
Doug, thank you again, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thanks, you too. Take care.